Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
Keep it locked with your boy on the ones and twos. Going in on the wheels of steel.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. That's the truth. This is it.
The cocaine and the crack.
They all sound the same to me.
There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from.
That's how I'm living.
That's how we do it. That's just the way it is.
That's the reason why I came to you.
Drink and women and money.
Good morning, Las Vegas. All of my sports bettors around the world, it's time to wake up, grab your bankroll, and hit the window to beat the line and get the money. You're rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, live from the KSHP studios here in Las Vegas, 107.1 FM, AM 1400. I'm on all your dials. You can check me out on iHeartRadio, iHeart Podcast, also Apple Podcast. A lot of betting to get to today. Full betting day that we have online for you. Got the NBA Conference Finals, the NHL Conference Finals. Both of those are going to be broken down with you with my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, co-host and contributor. And, of course, it's Sunday, so that means we've got the baseball picks with my main man, Scotty. Beam him up web from the East Coast Sports Investors and MLB-daily.com. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned. Keep it locked. 107.1 FM on your dial. Put it on your car presets every Saturday and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Vegas Scoreboard Express and JB the Ticket are giving you the sports betting news you can count on and the picks to put cash in your pocket. So, again, keep it locked. Taking this short commercial break. When I get back, jumping in this NBA playoff. Thought the dog was barking last night, but the Lakers down 0-3 in the Western Conference NBA Finals. We're going to get into it. And then the Eastern Conference NBA Finals today, of course, those Miami Heat. Can they go 3-up on the Boston Celtics? It's time to grab your bankroll, people. I'm waking you up early in the morning to get you right where you need to be to put that cash in your pocket. Keep it locked. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JBTHETICKET. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Yo, you in the mood. World's finest, man.
And I had to come to him.
The DJ keeping the party going. The DJ keeping the party going all night long. You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JBTHETICKET. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that.
What I'm getting better year by year.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, back at you live. 107.1 FM, KSHP, AM 1400. Doubling up your dials to double up your cash this morning. Sports betting news that you can count on, picks that pay. Talking this NBA playoffs right now with my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets from VSX Digital Sports Network, West in LA. Ron, good morning to you. How are you? Hope you got your coffee ready because you told us to pick the Lakers yesterday and it costed us a lot of money. Good morning to you.
I'm good this morning, brother. How you doing?
Doing good, man. So glad that you're back this morning with us here. May 21st.
Still win me and still will.
Oh, no. I believe the time is coming past for the Los Angeles Lakers as a dynasty. Team is loaded. You can't blame LeBron James. You can't blame Anthony Davis. These guys played their hearts out last night. Give them a clap for that. Shout them out for the hard work. But look, I'm going to keep it 100% with you. It all comes down to coaching, and what we've seen over the last couple of weeks in the NBA playoffs. I mean, let's just talk about this for a second. We've been off of the air for a week. You know, we come on each and every weekend, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., KSHP 107.1 and AM 1400. It's been less than 7 days, and we've already got 2 teams almost eliminated from the NBA playoffs. One of them being the Los Angeles Lakers, losing last night at home, 108 to 119. To the Denver Nuggets. I told you guys yesterday, take Denver in the points if you were, scared, if you were really trying to get these guys. They were the dog that was barking, but I told you that the Lakers should have been the dog in this because of coaching. But when you take a look at what this guy, Jamal Murray, has been able to do, man, give this guy a shout out. He's been costing us a ton of money on our tickets. 37 points. 7 rebounds and 6 assists. And you're talking about a young man who really has not been a superstar as it would be made in the NBA. Haven't seen him in a lot of commercials, a lot of marketing. But as far as point guard play, he should have been another individual who might have been in that running for an MVP. Along with Jokic. I mean, they gave it to Embiid, but, he's cooling his heels somewhere. Got his coach fired. But let's talk about it, because I told you yesterday that it would come down to coaching, and we looked at the halftime score yesterday between the Lakers and the Nuggets. It was very, very close, and then somehow, some way, towards the end of the third quarter and continuing into the fourth, the Lakers just kind of fell off. So, Ron, talk to us about what you saw in this game yesterday, because going down 0-3, which is one of those situations in this particular league where if you go down 0-3, it's very hard to come back. And a lot of people are trying to figure out, what happened, because the Lakers were playing strong basketball and they're still getting strong performances from their stars and Anthony Davis and LeBron James. The bench was doing well for him. You had Rui Hachimura dropping in the buckets like he does, getting the rebounds, but just something's not clicking. And I can tell you right now, it's coaching. He's getting out-coached by Coach Malone for the Denver Nuggets. I'll tell you that now. That's called Darvin Ham. But it seems like Darvin Ham is on a plate right now in the morning with some of that early, red-eye gravy. Okay? Because he's down 0-3 in his coaching debut in the playoffs. But go ahead. Talk to me.
Well, as we said yesterday, the NBA doesn't want to see Denver and Miami. I did pick the Lakers yesterday because they won in the series. Denver's the better team. The roster's better from head to top. And their coach is better. So, yes. I mean, the series is over. I mean, it's done. The Lakers are done. They have no chance. Denver has won the series already.
Man. I mean, and to see where these Lakers were, I mean, you talk about it from the playoffs perspective. They did come into the play-in game. I'm not a big fan of teams that have to come into the playoffs with these different styles or these different in relationships to essentially where they should have been in the regular season based on the roster. And we've seen this over the last couple of years with these super teams getting put together. And the Lakers and their front office don't have the star power to bring in a powerful coach. You talk about star power in players, but let's talk about star power in coaches for a little bit. Right now, we've only got one coach, and Eric Spoelstra. He's going to be on the line today. Miami Heat at home, trying to do the same thing the Denver Nuggets have done, go 3-up on the Celtics. But when you talk about it from a coaching perspective, the Lakers have always had premier personnel all around, going all the way back to Pat Riley in the Showtime days, the Kobe and Shaq days with Phil Jackson. We've seen over the last half decade or so, whenever Phil and, God rest in peace, Kobe left the Lakers, essentially, they've been going through this round robin of coaching. They get talent. They picked up LeBron James quite a few seasons ago. They got that one championship in the COVID pandemic year. But when you look at it from that perspective, you have to ask yourself, is this a team that you can see going forward with Darvin Ham as the head coach? I mean, LeBron's on the end of his career, tail end of his career. If these guys end up losing tomorrow and getting swept out of the playoffs, do you think Darvin Ham has a chance to maintain his job? Go ahead.
I do. I think he's done a pretty good job, actually. I mean, he's being out-coached right now. It's pretty you got to get your nose in the face. He's going to have to go through his baby steps. He is a very talented guy. He's very likable. He's a smart guy. He's a good coach. He's just being out-coached right now. But, yeah, I do think he'll keep his job. I don't think this is all on him. I think Denver's just a better team. I really do. I mean, he is being out-coached. I don't want to take that away. But Denver's a really good built team. I mean, their roster, every year they've been getting a little bit better. This is their year. They're finally ready.
These guys have been playing lights out, too, man. You got to give it up. Shout out to Denver Nuggets. These guys are playing like superstars. Jamal Murray, this is a young man, like I said before, kind of come out of nowhere for me. Okay, when I was growing up, different types of point guard play. You really wouldn't see this from the point guard, mostly distributing. You had scoring guards like Iverson, but this young man, he's coming out. He's still getting relatively decent amount of assists with the point total, 37, 7 rebounds and 6 assists. I mean, I think you're right. It's just the starting five of the Nuggets are better. And I want to give a shout out to my boys over at denversportsbetting.com. I think it might be your year, guys. You guys might be going to the NBA Finals. But again, my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, Vegas Scoreboard Express contributor and co-host. When we jump back from this short commercial break, going to be jumping into today's NBA action, talking some NHL last night. Florida Panthers, man, they took it down last night. It was a very, very good win for them, so we're going to be getting into that and getting into the follow-up game today. Vegas Golden Knights are on the line, minus 125 at home at T-Mobile Arena, so you guys are going to want to stay tuned for all of that. 107.1 FM. Want to give a shout-out to my main man, Mark Hayes, station program director, putting all this grease together for us, got us on that FM dial. You guys are going to want to be sure to lock that in, and also don't forget about us on AM 1400 KSHP, VSX Digital Sports Networks. Ron, any shout-outs before we take this short commercial break? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to mention my American Cancer Society. I didn't mention it last week, and it's really kind of hard, man. Sorry about that. We really need to keep that fight up, everybody. We're losing too many people to cancer. Too many of our ladies out there. Please donate your time, blood, anything you can. Let's fight this thing and kill it once and for all.
That's what I'm talking about. My main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, VSX Digital Sports contributors. Support the American Cancer Society. Again, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. When we get back from this short commercial break, going to be waking you up with more grease. Keep it locked. Time to get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket.
The London Bridge Resort in Lake Havasu is the perfect place to vacation in style. Their beautifully designed suites include stunning views, a kitchenette, and free Wi-Fi. The well-reviewed and affordable resort has tons of amenities, including a breakfast buffet, kids camp, a 9-hole golf course, 3 pools, a marina, boat tours, a water slide, and a great nightlife scene. London Bridge Resort is centrally located in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Go to londonbridgeresort.com to plan your getaway today. London Bridge Resort, your Arizona oasis destination.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mull's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mull's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmullmeats.com.
This football season, stay in the game with Fubo TV. Over 100 live channels, including NFL Network, NBA TV, and FS1. Don't miss any of the action. Get 7 days free on us at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
More fire, more heat.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Giving you that grease. Vegas Scoreboard Express.
Always spitting that explosive fire.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, back at you live, KSHP 107.1 FM, AM 1400, waking you up early in the morning each and every Saturday and Sunday at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., putting the grease in your pocket. Sports betting news you can count on, all money, all sports, no bull. We don't waste any time talking about all that gossip stuff. We just stick straight to the money. Got my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets, back on the line with me to give you these NBA picks for today. And tomorrow we're going to give you a preview for tomorrow's game, give you the picks for today, Sunday, May 21st, and give you the picks tomorrow for the 22nd. So again, Ron, thank you so much for getting back on the line. Let's talk about this Boston Celtics team. Rotation number 541. The Boston Celtics are going to be going down to Miami today to face the Heat. The Heat are still dogs somehow at plus 3.5, plus 145 on the line. Rotation number 542, the Miami Heat. The total is 214. Now, you're talking about a team that has willed themselves to win, and we're talking about those Miami Heat guys. They got the best coach in the playoffs right now, and Eric Spoelstra, the best player in the playoffs right now, and Jimmy Buckets Butler. And I don't see anybody beating these guys. I mean, the Celtics have been showing that they are not a very strong home team. They haven't protected the home court. You saw this same problem with the 76ers, but the Miami Heat are a much better team. And coming out in today's matchup, I don't see these guys losing at home, especially with Eric Spoelstra coaching and clicking on all cylinders. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think Joe Mazzulla, new head coach again, coming in for Boston Celtics, has the experience to coach at this championship level. I mean, they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. They haven't made a good showing at home, nor have they made a good showing throughout this playoffs. I think the Celtics have stumbled into the Eastern Conference playoffs because of other mishaps throughout the playoffs on this side. But the Miami Heat, we know what their path has been, straight from the play-in, pushing every team to the brink. And now these guys are up 2-0. Seeing what happened last night to the Lakers, I think that would give the Miami Heat a little bit more confidence coming in at home today. But what say ye? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's another 3-0 story by the end of today. I don't see Boston going down there and winning. Spoelstra's, he's going to have a game plan ready. Boston's going to leave there with their eyes wide open. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm telling you right now, I mean, Jason Tatum, everyone's been looking for this guy to be the main guy over the last 4 or 5 seasons. Just hasn't proven that he can do it. I mean, the door is closing on him. He's probably going to be trade bait the next couple of seasons. Good player, but he's just not as dominant. Taking a look at some of the previews here for the Miami Heat. Again, rotation number 542. The Miami Heat plus 3.5, plus 145 at home. Total 214 going up against those Boston Celtics on the road today at 541 is the rotation number. So 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you take a look at this from the perspective of must-win situation, do you think that the Celtics can try to put something together and maybe push out at least a spread cover from a bettor's perspective? But when you talk about it with the Miami Heat being the dog, you can't really pick the Boston Celtics in the spread because that spread is a money line. Minus 160 on the money line for the Celtics, minus 3.5. I just don't see these guys getting a 5-point win or a 4-point win for that matter when you've got guys, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they're carrying the load, Marcus Smart, Brogdon, these guys are doing good. But you've got Jimmy Butler averaging Michael Jordan-type numbers, 31 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 52% shooting from the field. And the remainder of the stats are about the same. You got the Celtics as a team averaging about 115 points a game. You got the Heat averaging about 114, 41 rebounds to 42. The advantage is on the Celtics with that point. And the assists are roughly the same at 24.7 and 24.3. So when you talk about a team that's evenly matched on paper, we're not seeing that even matchup on the court. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, because that paper doesn't count Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler. It just shows stats. That's why these guys, he's coaching out of his mind, and Jimmy Butler's playing out of his mind. And that stuff doesn't show on the stat sheet.
Telling you right now, Jimmy Butler, when you talk about a player who's been on the cusp of quote-unquote superstardom, he's been one of those glue guys, if you will. Started getting into the trades over the last couple of seasons, but he looks like he's found a home here in Miami. You know, when he was over at Minnesota. Then I think he went up to the Sixers, bounced around a little bit up there. But here in Miami, he seems to, again, have found a home and has found a place that he can maximize his talent in his career. And in my opinion, I think between Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra, we may see the Miami Heat crown champions again. Could be, especially when you look at it from the perspective of what the Boston Celtics have been doing. Because like I said before, these guys, you got a home record right now, losing home record in the playoffs. and somehow these guys are still hanging on. I mean, you're talking about a team right now against the spread, 53-43. Miami has a losing record against the spread at 41-52, but you're talking about those wills to win. When you talk about it from a will to win perspective, who on the Boston Celtics today, if possible, can put something together to keep these guys from going down 0-3 like the Lakers again? Because these old school teams are the ones having the most problems. We know the NBA wants that Lakers Celtics so they can show all that old footage, but it's a new day and a new era. They're going to have to show footage from the 2000s because I'm telling you right now, Miami Heat are poised to take that plus 135 tonight. Again, if you guys are listening, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Follow the show on Twitter at We Beat the Line. Follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. And, of course, go to my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com, for all your daily deals, hookups. Fubo TV, got 15% off there for you. Quickly, the great Indian food, all kinds of stuff. You can sign up for our online casino if you're in a legal jurisdiction. BetUS.com. Click on that live link and use offer code VSX125, and that should be able to give you 125% bonus on your deposit. So, again, what do you think this payment is going to be coming out of today, Ron? Because I just don't see Boston bringing in a lot of grease tonight if these guys have got to try to come in and win by 4 points. I just don't see that happening. But go ahead, talk to me. I'm liking the Heat rotation number 542, Miami Heat. I'm telling you, keep the furnace going. The Miami Heat are going to go up 3-0 tonight. I just feel it, especially like I told you yesterday with the Denver Nuggets coming in as a dog on the road. You got to stick with the winners at this point in the playoffs. I think the line makers, you've already saw them cut the value of the Miami Heat in half. Miami Heat was pricing out early on in the first two games, plus 300 or more. Now 145. So, Ron, what say ye? Then we'll take this short commercial break, jump into some hockey, and then I'll get you on to your day because we've got Scotty Beam him up Webb from the East Coast Sports Investors and MLB Daily coming up right after Ron with the Major League Baseball plays that are going to help you make a double parlay today if you want to do some baseball and basketball. But again, Ron, thank you so much. Quick shout out, then we're going to take this short commercial break. But who's your pick in this Boston Celtics Miami Heat game tonight? Go ahead.
Well, Jaylen Brown's the only chance Boston has to get hot to win this. My pick is Miami. I don't think Boston really has a legitimate chance. Bolster's going to have a wonderful game plan. I mean, they're walking into a hornet's nest. They really don't. I don't think they understand what's going to happen.
I'm telling you, the Celtics.
Definitely going Miami.
Celtics are jumping out of the frying pan and into the grease and the fire. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. When I come back from the short commercial break, me and Ron are going to break down the Vegas Golden Knights at home, T-Mobile Arena. Game time is set. You guys already know. Got to get over there early, 3:05 p.m. Eastern time, which means it's a midday game here in Las Vegas. Rotation number 10, Vegas Golden Knights going up against those Dallas Stars. Rotation number 9. So let's get into it when we get back from this short commercial break. Ron's going to break it down for you. I'm going to keep it locked for you. Again, got to wake you guys up early in the morning. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Grab your bankroll, hit the window, and beat the line. It's time to get that money.
You're listening to the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Big Dogs Brewing Company, open 24/7, is an award-winning brewery, a full-service catering business, and a fun, smoke-free brew pub restaurant with a full-service bar, including over 35 craft beers on tap, 35 multi-denomination slot machines, the best gaming promotion, and a lively, dog-friendly outdoor patio. Big Dogs Brewing Company, 4543 North Rancho at Gray. Find out more at BigDogsBrews.com.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
You're listening to the boss of the big board,
If you have money, you can buy anything.
JB the Ticket.
More fire,
Giving JB the ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Waking you up early in the morning, giving you the grease. 107.1 FM. All money, all sports, no bull. That's all I do. Just give grease. I don't have time to waste. Lakers costing us money. We got to put cash in our pocket today. The dogs are barking again. You guys are rocking with JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express. Thank you so much for waking up early this morning on Sunday, listening to me. Be sure to get over to church and pray for winners because we need it in the NBA. But right now, jumping into this NHL action with my main man, Ron Third Down Best Bets. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. VSX Digital Sports contributor and co-host, breaking it down for you in this NHL. So let's talk about today's matchup versus the Vegas Golden Knights. These guys are at home versus the Dallas Stars. Now Vegas rotation number 10, -1.5, plus 205 on the puck line, -125 on the money line. The total goals scored is 5.5. So again, Dallas Stars trying not to go down 0-2. Vegas, again, that power play. Haven't been able to see a lot of it, but that pressure, keeping guys on the ice, maintaining defense at the net. I don't see the Golden Knights losing this game tonight, but I'm thinking about I might want to take that puck line and take that plus 205. Do you think these guys can win by 2 pucks tonight? Go ahead.
It's going to be a dogfight. Dallas is going to come out, and they're going to fight their tails off tonight. Hockey, it's you go down 1-0, it's do or die. I mean, it's that tough in hockey. So, but I still think the Knights are going to win. I think the Golden Knights are a better team, but I think it's going to be a really tight game. I see a 1-goal win.
1 goal. Ron's telling you, stay away from that puck line. Now, when you talk about the key players in tonight's matchup, who do you think is going to be able to push it over for the Vegas Golden Knights? If you think they're going to win it tonight, you talk about it from that perspective. You know, Jack Eichel didn't score last game, but he played great defense and was just causing havoc out there, getting in between passing lanes and just maintaining what he needs to do. And then if you look on the side of Dallas, you know the easiest way to get a win is to tire out their goalie, Jake Oettinger. So when you talk about it from those perspectives, those are the 2 players that I have circled. If Dallas cannot protect the goal late in the game, Vegas is a guaranteed win. But if Eichel goes scoreless again and these guys start focusing on keeping him on defense, maybe tiring him out a little bit, who do you think is going to be able to come through for Vegas on that offensive side? Go ahead.
I always have problems saying his name, so if I say it wrong, please, everybody forgive me. Jonathan Marchessault. He's really good.
Yeah. Jonathan Marchessault. He's French. Go ahead.
Problems pronouncing his name. Please, no disrespect to the poor gentleman. I didn't mean that.
There you go.
I just have trouble pronouncing his name. He's a great player, and he doesn't get a lot of credit. He kills my Blackhawks. Every time they play Chicago, he scores a goal. So that's one guy that you definitely got to look out for. And Eichel's going to get going. I mean, Jack, I'm so glad he's there in Vegas. A lot of people that don't follow hockey don't realize that was the Damon Lillard of the NHL for a lot of years. He was stuck in Buffalo for at least 4 or 5 seasons. And the number one pick was just sat there and wasted. And look at the talent that's being on display now. I mean, it's just wonderful for the game that he's in Vegas.
Right. I am so glad to have him here as well. Also talking about Carlson. Now, Vegas, again, they got the win despite just getting a point. Last time, they only got an assist by Chandler Stevenson. But you got Eichel, Marchessault, Riley Smith. They didn't get on the scorecard last night. I'm still talking about that puck line. If you just get those 3 guys involved, I think Vegas could go up early 2-0, and all they have to do is score 1 more goal because I think their defense is going to be strong enough to keep the Dallas Stars off the ice. But to go on the other side of the ice, Dallas Stars, again, rotation number 9. Who do you think they have on their side that could possibly, again, give Vegas that fight that you're expecting to see tonight and maybe get inside of that puck line? Go ahead.
You know, their biggest thing is it's not even going to be on the offense. It's going to be Oettinger. Their biggest thing is he's got to step up. Vegas is going to assault him, literally. They're going to pounce him with the puck. He needs to step up. Dallas is good. Dallas has got plenty of offense. He's got weapons. But he is the key to the series because he can't stop Vegas's onslaught. If he doesn't step up and do that, it's going to be over quick because Vegas is going to slaughter him with the puck.
I'm telling
you. They're going to beat him with the puck. He's going to be black and blue. They come up with so many shots. Their style is just really impressive.
It's impressive. Vegas got to get it done tonight at T-Mobile Arena. My main man Scotty Beam 'em Up Webb is going to be coming up next with the Major League Baseball plays that pay. Again, thank you so much, Ron. Third Down Best Bets. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. And, of course, check out his profile on the show's website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. And all of you businesses out there looking to get involved with sports betting, especially coming up this powerful pro football season. Got the big game coming here to Vegas. Check us out on the web at VSXDigitalSportsNetwork.com, KSHP.com. Just search for Vegas Scoreboard Express and JB the Ticket. Put your business on the line. We're going to bring you some more grease and put that cash in your pocket. So again, Ron, thank you so much for stopping by, rounding out the picks today in the NBA. Ron likes those Miami Heat. Telling you right now, take rotation number 542, the Miami Heat. And just to touch on tomorrow's Lakers game, we know the Lakers haven't been doing too much there. Almost getting ready to be swept, but the Denver Nuggets, again, there is some value for the Monday night game. Plus 140 on the money line, plus 3.5 point spread. Denver Nuggets, rotation number 543. Tomorrow, Monday, May 22nd, going up against the LA Lakers at home again. Rotation number 544. Lakers minus 3.5, minus 160 on the money line. Not a big fan of that. Total 224.5. I don't even think that matters. Do you think Denver go ahead and sweep these guys out tomorrow? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the broom's coming out. It's sweep time.
It's sweep time. Unfortunately, in LA, you guys need it to get it done. Your Stars are playing hard. You're just going up against a better team. So, again, thank you so much for stopping by, Ron. Any final shout-outs before I drop you off at the Big Board bus stop so you can get over and put that cash in your pocket? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. To my Vegas Knights, Golden Knights friend, Rita Rivera Woodward. Good luck, and you're going to enjoy holding the cup, too.
Thank you so much, Ron. Thank you so much. Breaking down the grease in the NHL. So I got my main man, Scotty Beam him up Webb, East Coast Sports Investors, MLBDaily.com. Coming right up after this short commercial break. You guys keep it locked. 107.1 FM, AM 1400, KSHP, VSX Digital Sports Networks. Get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big four, JB the Ticket.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
Steiner's, the Nevada-style pub, invites you to play the best tavern, keno, and video poker in Vegas. Promos are how we roll, so make the most of your gaming dollars here with us. Come play our proud partner gaming promotion, Fly Aviators Fly, and receive daily free play, bonuses, and more. With a chance to win awesome brand of prizes and big money for all the jackpots each week. It's not only great gaming that Steiner's Pub has, it's the 24 awesome rotating draft beers, and Vegas' best appetizers to match. So join us in supporting your Las Vegas Aviators, Golden Knights, Lights, Aces, and the Raiders as we make history in Vegas. Steiner's, the Nevada-style pub at 8410 West Cheyenne, 1750 North Buffalo, and Las Vegas Boulevard at Windmill. Steiner's, I love this place.
This football season, stay in the game with Fubo TV. Over 100 live channels, including NFL Network, NBA TV, and FS1. Don't miss any of the action. Get 7 days free on us at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled, get Fubo TV.
Shout out to all my people over at EDC. You know JB the Ticket has got that house music for you, a.k.a. DJ Hollaman from way back in the day, but that was a long time ago. Vegas Scoreboard Express is where I'm at now. You're rocking with the boss of the big board, 107.1 FM, KSHP, AM 1400, KSHP, VSX Digital Sports Networks, giving you the grease, waking you up early every Saturday and Sunday morning at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. to give you the sports picks that you need. Got my main man, Scotty, Beam him up Webb from the East Coast Sports Investors and MLBDaily.com on the line with me. Scotty, good morning. How you doing?
I am doing great, JB. It's middle of May, and baseball is starting to take some shape.
Baseball is taking shape. You guys can check these games out on Fubo TV. Go over to FuboTV.com/JB. I'm going to hook you up with 15% off, 7 days free, and an additional 7 days if you sign up today to watch the game. So let's jump right into it. It has been a big year in baseball. Seen a lot of changes in the rules. Seen a lot of changes in player personnel. World Baseball Classic had a lot going into this season, and so far it's been an exciting season because a lot of dogs are starting to try to come out of that doghouse. Talking about these Detroit Tigers, rotation number 971. Detroit Tigers going up against the Washington Nationals, rotation number 972. You got Joey Wentz, the left-hander for Detroit, against Josiah Gray, the right-hander for Washington. You know I like these interleague play games. I think there's value there. Open run line, 8.5. You talk about Detroit right now at 20-23, 10-13 on the road, a little bit better than the record that Washington has at home at 9-15. So I think there could be some value there, an opportunity for bettors to pick up a small win if they chose to go with Detroit on the money line. Interleague play is always interesting to me because these teams don't see each other very much. It's just a baseball game. May the best team win. But, of course, we got the expert here with us, Scotty Beam 'em Up Webb, East Coast Sports Investors. Let's talk about it. Beam 'em up, Scotty.
Yeah, I think in this particular matchup, one of the things that people are missing is these Washington Nationals. They're not a very good baseball team, but they have been getting some quality pitching, and Josiah Gray is the guy they got from the Dodgers when they made a deal for Trey Turner or one of those guys. I can't remember which one it was. Might have been when they first got Scherzer out there, but Josiah Gray is a guy that's been pretty tough, and he's been hard to beat. And the guy that's pitching for Detroit today, Wentz, he's probably good, through 2 or 3 innings. But once he gets past the lineup for the end of the second time, he gets beat up quite a bit. So I would say that in this particular matchup, Detroit's not the right way to go, and I would be looking more Washington in this side.
Talking about these Washington Nationals and interleague play. Jumping into another interleague play today. I'm looking at it on the line right now. Kind of shocked because I'm saying, wow, they're doing it this early in the year. New York Yankees, rotation number 967, going out to the Cincinnati Reds. Rotation number 968, Cincinnati plus 145 at home. Got Hunter Green on the mound for the Reds. Luis Severino coming out of the woodwork for the New York Yankees. Right-hander, glad to see him back. Yankees are 12-10 on the road. Cincinnati a little over 500 at home at 12-11. So when you talk about this particular matchup, you've seen the Yankees all of a sudden have this huge surge with the return of Aaron Judge. He's smacking homers again. The fielders seem like they're remotivated. Do the New York Yankees have to rely that much on Aaron Judge and what he brings to the table to be a competitive team? Because we saw early in the season when he was getting back to form, the Yankees were taking a lot of early losses. But do you think now with these guys starting to turn the corner at 28-20 overall with their record, it's going to be an easy win for them today in Cincinnati in the interleague play? Go ahead.
No, I don't think it's an easy win. I would tell you the pitcher for Cincinnati is one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. His name is Hunter Green, and he throws more 100-mile-an-hour fastball as a Major League pitcher as a starter that there is. So in answer to the other question in regards to who the Yankees are, the Yankees are Aaron Judge. You take Aaron Judge out of that lineup, and there's nobody there. So they are as good as he will go. And when the Yankees have Aaron Judge playing at the level he's playing at right now, you don't want to bet against him. But when he's either in a slump or he's not in the lineup, you'll watch. They won't score hardly any runs. And the only way they'll win is if their pitchers do well. So in this particular matchup, I'm going to stay away from the game because I think that Hunter Green's going to pitch pretty well today. But he's one of those guys that hasn't figured out how to win yet. I mean, he's a really young kid, even though he's been on the mound for a couple of years. He's thrown 9 games. The team's 2-7 in his 9 starts. But he's really a dominant pitcher and one of the better pitchers in all of Major League Baseball. Severino, this is his first start of the season, and the Yankees can use him because they still have Rodon not there. The Yankees are going to be a team that will be all about pitching if they can get Rodon back. And then when Judge doesn't do well, the pitchers will hold him in games. But I will tell you that a lot of people wrote the Yankees off, and look at what they've done. They took 3 out of 4 from Toronto, and now they're beating Cincinnati, and they're going to be around. I think that's a team that's going to be there, and it's kind of hard to imagine that they are because their offense is not very good. I mean, they got two guys on offense that are playing, Rizzo and Judge, and you know they got guys that are in the bottom of that lineup that probably wouldn't start for other teams. So it's kind of a weird scenario for them, but it also goes to show you how good Aaron Judge is.
That's what I'm talking about. Scotty, beam him up, Webb, East Coast Sports Investors, MLBDaily.com. Check him out on Twitter and Instagram at Webby20MLB. Now, let's talk about the team that's supposed to be coming out here to Las Vegas. I'm not sure the Vegas fans are very excited about it. Rotation number 963, Oakland Athletics, 10-37, 5-17 on the road, going up against one of the better teams in baseball. I think these guys, former World Series champions either last year or a couple years ago. Houston Astros, rotation number 964, minus 340 on the money line. You know that's a very expensive money line. Not a big fan of that for the Houston Astros again. But talking about these Oakland A's, maybe Las Vegas A's, we don't know yet. James Caprillion, he's the right-hander on the mound today for Oakland. And you've got Framber Valdez for Houston. Talk to me a little bit about this game because, again, the only reason I'm mentioning it is because the A's may move here to Vegas. But if these guys are going to show up and continue to just pick up losses and do bad, you know, not really what we're looking for out here right now. But, again, you know, and pick a piece of land, too. You guys keep doing that hopscotch monopoly. But go ahead.
Well, I will tell you this. This is the largest line of the year so far in terms of the money line. And Caprillion is one of the worst pitchers in Major League Baseball. And Valdez is one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. Valdez is off of a pretty poor start, too. So I would expect him to do really well today and hold down the Oakland A's lineup. Now, Oakland's got basically what I would consider a minor league team out there, you know, a AAA level quality team. But they do have a couple of guys that can hit. You know, they do have a leadoff batter that's pretty good, and they got a guy batting third, Rooker, and he's been pretty good. But other than that, you know, they don't have a lot to cheer about. When they moved to Las Vegas, you know, teams like this tend to find a way to get some of their young guys going and then they mix in some veteran guys. There's no reason for them to go out and get anybody right now, so they're not really trying to be that competitive. But today's game is a total mismatch, and, you know, there's no way to play this on the money line. There's just no way to go and say, hey, the value is at 340 or whatever. This game might actually go off at minus 360, something like that, because you know people want to try to get that easy money.
Oh my goodness!
And you know you still got to spend you know $340 to get $100. So I think the risk is too high. But you know the Astros got Altuve back, so. You know, this is his first series back, and I think that he's the catalyst for that team and their offense. And I think they're getting ready to take off the Houston Astros. They're in second place right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if 2 weeks later from today they're in first place.
Telling you right now, stay off of this game. You're going to get pwned. Oakland and Houston. Take it off your betting list, according to Scotty Beam Him Up Webb, and he is the expert. Again, follow him on Twitter at Webby20MLB and check out his website, MLB-daily.com. Let's talk about another team on the line today in the National League. Rotation number 955, the L.A. Dodgers heading out to the Show Me State. The St. Louis Cardinals, rotation number 956. You got Clayton Kershaw on the mound for the Dodgers going up against Jack Flaherty for St. Louis. Now, these teams, in my opinion, despite the records, with St. Louis being 7 games under 500, are kind of evenly matched today on the mound. I like what Kershaw is doing, but he's getting a little bit long in the tooth. And Flaherty, he's got some heat. He just has to master his location. If he can do that, that's one of the reasons why I think he's got a decent record. And if you look at the line, minus 150 for the Dodgers, plus 130 for the Cardinals, I think there may be some value today with the home dog Cardinals going up against those Dodgers. But what say you? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think that when you play this game, kind of looking at it, the hardest part of this is Jack Flaherty, because what are you getting from him? He's a veteran pitcher now. I mean, he's not old and he's not gray in the tooth and long, and but he's he's a guy that's got a lot of innings on his arm. He's a former, sort of Cy Young kind of guy. He's had some injuries. He's had some different things, and he's lost velocity. So he doesn't throw 97 miles an hour anymore. And his issue is he's trying to figure out how to be like a Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw used to throw 97 miles an hour, but he's older, so he doesn't throw that hard. But he can pitch.
Right. He's got the location, got everything where he wants to go. Yes, exactly. So when you talk about it from the Dodgers from that standpoint, the hitters for the St. Louis Cardinals, I was looking at their batting averages. They got a lot of guys over 250. You think this total of 8.5 runs is in play today? Because I was looking at the side. I said, if I take St. Louis at home, I like this home dog. I like Flaherty if he can get it together. Kershaw maybe go 4 or 5 innings. Who's going to be the reliever late towards the end of the game? Do you think this is going to be where the Dodgers pick up a win? Because we've seen the Dodgers be able to do a little bit better closeout this season, but the Cardinals tend to field a lot better at the end of the game. Early in the game, these guys had a couple errors, some things I didn't like to see last week when I took them and lost. But like you said before, the pitchers are experienced today. So when you talk about that run line at 8.5, do you think there can be some maybe an under there? That's really what I'm asking. I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this game. I think these guys are going to be focused more on trying to maintain those pitch counts because of the age of both of these pitchers and the experience. But go ahead.
I think that's a good call out. I think that you're kind of going up the right path there. As long as the starters are in the game, I think that the game won't be a lot of runs because they're veteran enough that they, when guys get on base, they also figure out how to get them out. So it's hard to score on these guys.
Right.
But what I will say is that St. Louis's bullpen's pretty damn good. I mean, it's a pretty good bullpen. They got 3 or 4 guys, JB, not one.
Right.
3 or 4 guys that'll come in. They'll throw 100 miles an hour, and they're not easy to get hits off of, and they're not easy to score runs off of. So I don't mind that play as far as limiting runs. I will say this, that the St. Louis offense, they're a bunch of right-handed hitters, so they are built to battle left-handed pitchers.
Right.
So Kershaw's got his work cut out for him today.
That's what I'm talking about. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. I'm your host and boss of the Big Board, rocking with my main man Scotty Beam him up Webb from the East Coast Sports Investors and MLBDaily.com. We give you the best baseball analysis in town. All money, all sports, no bull. Breaking it down for you. If you didn't listen to us, you wouldn't know the St. Louis Cardinals had that right hand, but I still don't think a lot of runs are going to get scored. I'm going to take the under in this game at 8.5. It may go 5-3, but I think the hook will get you. Vegas Scoreboard Express, getting ready to wrap it up and get everything together. Got my main man Scotty Beam him up Webb. Let's jump into another one of these games today. A lot of folks have been saying, JB, you haven't talked about him, but I'm going to talk about him today. Rotation number 965, the Minnesota Twins on the road in L.A., a.k.a. Orange County, going up against the Angels and Showtime Ohtani. Rotation number 966, you got Ohtani on the mound. You know you're going to see him at the plate. Angels minus 145, Minnesota plus 125. They're going with Pablo Lopez. So when you talk about the Minnesota Twins team, who has a winning record at 24-21, going up against the L.A. Angels, who are right behind them at 24-22, do you think Showtani is going to be that guy today? And yes, I called him Showtani because he's just that good, man. I'm telling you, he comes from that Japanese league. He's got all the skill sets. 5-tool guy, 100%. But you wouldn't know it from the record because they've taken so many losses. But do you think this is a day I can put a little bit more of a favorite money on the Angels and see if I can bring some cash back home? Go ahead.
I would tell you that Shohei's ready to pitch well today. He's had his 2 last starts haven't been as dominant as his first, say, 6 were. So he's due to have a really good showing today. But Pablo Lopez is one of the best pitchers most people probably don't know about. So, the Minnesota Twins are as good as they are because they can pitch, and they're in every single game that they play. They don't have the greatest offense either. So, the Angels are built for offense, and they have good – in today's game, they have a good pitcher. So, I would not be going the Twins' way at all, because I think Shohei's going to have a good game.
That's what I'm talking about. Telling you right now, I'm looking at rotation number 966. I'm going to go ahead and take a money line. The L.A. Angels of Anaheim, a.k.a. the Angels. You know what time it is. Praying to God, it's Sunday. Wake up early in the morning, get your bankroll, hit the window, and beat the line. You're rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket, and Vegas Scoreboard Express. When I get back, more from Scotty, Beam him up Webb. Going to sign off with you guys and get you going. Take this short commercial break. Support the sponsors. Grab your bankroll. Get some money. Sports Betting Sunday. Get up and pray. Get paid.
You're listening to the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket.
Vegas Scoreboard Express.
Giving you that great.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Keep it locked with your boy on the ones and twos. Going in on the wheels of steel.
You're listening to the boss of the big board.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, back at you live. VSX Digital Sports Networks. Got my main man Scotty, Beam him up Webb from the East Coast Sports Investors on the line with me. Scotty, last Major League Baseball game we're going to go over today. Rotation number 973, the Milwaukee Brewers heading out to your way in Tampa Bay. Rotation number 974, you got Jalen Beeks, left-hander on the line today for the Tampa Bay Rays, going up against Freddie Peralta and the Milwaukee Brewers, and Peralta is a right-hander. So talk to me about this game. The live line went down to 7.5. Tampa Bay is still minus 140, and I like Tampa Bay in this game at 34-13, 23 at home. These guys are one of the best baseball teams going. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can't. There's a couple of things I always tell people is like with the Minnesota Twins, the Milwaukee Brewers, these guys are all sort of the same types of teams. You can never bet on those guys unless they're hot on offense. And Milwaukee's not that hot on offense right now. So in the Rays are 21-3. I mean, they played 24 times at home. They won 21 times. You cannot bet against the Rays. So if you're going to play the game on that side, you must play the Rays. You can't play anybody else. And Peralta's one of those guys who throws really well. He's got good stuff, but he gets hit a lot. So, you know, the Rays are that kind of team that'll go out there and dominate a game like this.
That's what I'm talking about. Scotty, beam him up Webb from the East Coast Sports Investors, MLBDaily.com. Any shout-outs before we get out of here, Scotty? Got about a minute left.
Yeah, the only other thing I want to say is, Seattle plays in Atlanta today. And if you've not watched George Kirby pitch yet, George Kirby's a pitcher that pitches for Seattle. And he's being compared right now to some of these really good veteran guys like Greg Maddux, except for he throws 10 miles an hour harder. So I would tell you to take a look at the Seattle side today with Kirby against Atlanta today.
Talking about that baseball, my main man Scotty, beam him up Webb, East Coast Sports Investors. Thank you so much for stopping by the big board today. You guys be sure to tune in to Vegas Scoreboard Express every Saturday and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., waking you up early in the morning. Vegas Scoreboard Express, KSHP, AM 1400, 107.1. I'll see you next week. Listen to the show again on my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com and KSHP.com. Wake up early in the morning and get your money.
You're listening to the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket.
The world-famous radio shopping show, weekday on 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas and KSHP.com.